Welcome to Unscripted Unfiltered. On tonight's episode, we have Sarah Marcus.
Hi, guys.
Hi. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Sarah Marcus. I have my master's in early childhood special education, birth to second, as I'm sure you do as well. I was a 3K pre-K teacher for about 12 years. I started off in Miami as a teacher. I taught with my mommy and me, who, by the way, was a teacher for 30 years. Learned from her, moved to New York, and started teaching 3K and pre-K. Fun fact about me, actually, I did not have a master's degree when I started. I was just a regular girl with a bachelor's degree. And I know you got a lot of backlash about that, how you were like also without your degree or without your license, whatever. Who cares anyway? But fine. Anyway, I did not need a master's to teach in Florida. You just need a bachelor's degree.
I don't think you need anything important.
No, I had my bachelor's and I was licensed, and I moved to New York, and I went back to do my master's at Turo, got my license, became a special ed. Well, actually, first became a gen ed, birth to second licensed teacher. And then I eventually passed my disability exam and became a special ed.
Did you pass your exams right away?
No.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the easiest test, the EAS, took me 2 times. I took the language test, the language, literature, whatever, blind, just to see what the test was about. I got a 520.
Oh, right away.
Natalie, if I would have spelled my name wrong, I would have failed.
Oh, math was hard.
The math was, I'm good with numbers.
I don't get math.
My worst subject is science, but as long as you read that little packet, it's literally like 3 pages, you'll pass with flying colors.
Wow, okay, good.
And I taught for many years. And as I was teaching pre-K, I was like, you know what? I want to do something different. I want to build myself. And I said, I want to start doing private one-on-one sessions. And I was like, this way, I was doing it while I was on my lunch break, after I was done working at 2:20, before picking up my son from carpool. I was really putting in the work just to kind of get my name out there, because I was like, is it really worth it for me to leave my job?
Yeah.
I was a teacher through the Department of Education.
Yeah.
They were funding me. I was getting a great salary, great benefits. Was it worth it to leave?
Yeah.
I took a chance. I tried it. I loved it. I ran into an Aaron's Casino Farms. And you gave me that push for my Sunday sessions, and we mazzled.
It's so funny how. So I met Sarah in the process of moving to Florida. I was very I'm not worried, but I was very hesitant on who would I would obviously let take over my Sunday group sessions, and I was looking and interviewing different teachers because I needed the right candidate to kind of take over my Sunday program, and I wasn't gonna just give it to anyone. And I was like, Hashem, I leave it to you to just find me the right teacher, find me the right person. And it happened to be that same day I went to Aaron's Casino, I went shopping, and I bumped into Sarah. I had no idea who she was. Really, I had no idea who she was.
But we did message each other on Instagram and stuff.
She found out through my Instagram that I was moving to Florida because I was posting boxes, moving this, that. So she was like, oh, you're moving to Florida? I lived in Florida. So she started telling me all about her Florida story. And I was like, wait, what do you do? So then she told me what she does, how she does private cases at Shalom Daycare. And I'm like, oh, I used to work there. Just started talking. I'm like, wait. And out of nowhere, it's clicking to me. I'm like, Natalie, just ask him. You should want to do it. I'm like, listen, would you be interested in running a Sunday group session? She goes, no, it's not for me. I want to spend my family with my, whatever, Sunday fun day. I said, listen, I have kids. I have 4 of them, and I still do my Sunday fun day. Do yours, and my schedule's from 9 to 1. And after 1, you have your whole day to yourself. She goes, you know what? Let me see. So I right away felt it. I felt her. I'm like, she's the one. I'm taking her. She's the one.
So you were getting married to me.
Yeah. But she came to Sunday group sessions, and she was, I told her, listen, I'm going to give this to you, I want to first see how you're going to do. I want you to first work with the kids. I want to train you, because I run my Sunday program very different than others, so I want you to make sure that if I'm going to give it to you, you have to do it how I'm doing it. So she came almost every Sunday. The more she was coming, it was the more I was like, okay, she's the one. I am taking her. There's no way I'm not letting this one go. The kids, all my students got very comfortable with her. So that was a big plus for me, for my students to actually, connect with someone. So she was like, what, I think I like this. I think I'm going to do it. I like it. I'm really for this. So that's when I let the parents know. And I said, listen, I'm moving to Florida, because they were all worried. All of them were like, who is going to teach my child? Who is going to take over? And I always told them, don't worry, I have someone. Really, I had nobody. And I I was very happy to tell the parents that I finally found someone that they would be happy with. So thank you for that. I'm really truly proud of you of how far you've come. You didn't disappoint me. You went above and beyond. You opened up.
I had big shoes to fill. I really had big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that you were proud of me. But I just want to say, not only did you push me, you gave me so much stuff. You gave me a table. You gave why? Why?
Whatever, it's fine. I don't like doing things and telling people it's fine. Don't worry. Like I gave her a kiss and a hug. That's all.
Natalie.
It's fine.
Okay. Enough about me. I have one question for you. How did you start? I remember you were like a director in a school. No, where you were working in a daycare.
No, so I'll tell you what happened. I was in Pace University doing my master's degree. And during that time of my graduate year, I started taking my exams. And those exams are brutal. Okay.
Tell me about it.
First of all, English is not my first language. It's not. So a lot of the words on the testing was not clicking with me. Also, these exams had nothing to do with being a teacher. It was out of this world. So when I was taking these exams, I just kept failing it. And I only had it
All of them, or like what?
I did the disability first, and I failed it by like 2 points, and that's what really like
discouraged you.
I was like, you know what, like this is not for me, whatever. I said I know I was also pregnant with my son, and so I didn't want to really keep like stressing myself and pushing myself. I said, no, I'll do it after he's born. I went back to do it. I couldn't pass the exams. I was like, I'm taking it and I'm not passing, and I'm literally failing it by like 1 point. It was right there, like 5 points is the passing score, and I got only 519. That was like the worst. So when my husband was working 7 days, it was 6 days a week, including Shabbat in a barber shop. And when he decided to take off on Shabbat, that was a very big step for us. We kind of felt it like, it was not financially, I would say we were like struggling, but I felt it because not working as a barber on a Saturday,
The busiest day.
And I felt it. So I'm like, like, what can I do until I pass my exams to kind of help my husband? Like I wanted to really help him. I wanted to kind of also bring money to the table and not like ask him, And I was following somebody on Instagram that was doing these Sunday group sessions, and I was very much inspired by this person, very much. I'm not saying names. And I was watching her for a while, I like what she was doing, I like how she was teaching. Just not the person herself, just the teaching. Like I was really much.
Did you know this girl personally?
Personally, I don't think I know her. Like I knew of her. Like I was very much inspired by her, and I said, you know what? Like if she can do it, why can't I do it? Like what's there to know, like to teach kids? And I also had experience being a teacher in the classroom for 10 years. So I knew what it's like to work with kids. I just didn't know exactly how to structure my own lesson. So I started watching a lot of YouTube shows, a lot of like teaching, because again, English wasn't my first language. I moved here when I went into third grade. So I missed all the A's for and B's for but. Like I didn't, at the time I was like, wait, how do we know how to read? Like, so I took all these YouTube class lessons. Back then it wasn't TikTok. It was just straight YouTube. And I was doing these YouTube like classes and like just trying to teach a child what the sound A makes, what B, what's digraph. Well, that was like a whole new world to me, blend and sight words. And I was like, there's a lot going on over here. So slowly by slowly, I was like, you know what? This is before anyone even knew that I was going to do this. Before I put anything out there in my life, I always make sure that I know what I'm doing. So it took me 6 months. I took these classes on YouTube to learn, how to teach a preschool. It was more about like the first and second grade. And no one knew about it besides my husband. I only told George, I'm like, listen, I'm going to do these Sunday group sessions. I didn't even turn my camera. And nobody, none of my friends, not even my closest friends knew about it. I promise, like nobody. Even about the podcast, for example, like no one knew about it until the day I put it. My sister didn't even know about it.
But as you should.
I'm just like unless it's something that I'm not sure about, I'll speak on it to people. But if I know there's something that I know I'm going to do, nobody knows about it. And I just boom, come out with it. That's just me. So my husband knew about it. And then 6 months went in. I was like, you know what? I'm ready to put it on Instagram. I made like a little flyer and all my friends shared it. So that very same day that all my friends, maybe like about, like I would say 30 of them shared it, there was this one person that I was very much inspired by that did this Sunday group session, went on Instagram and like wrote this whole thing about how it came to her attention that someone out there was replicating her work and this person is not adequate enough. And I couldn't see his messages because I was blocked. And my friends were like screenshotting it and sending it to me. And I'm like, why are you writing it? Like, are we bi? But I don't get it. For me, it was never about competition. You know, I worked with kids my whole life. Like,
But like the word replica,
I don't know what that meant. Like copying, like I don't know. Whatever. I let it be. So I called her out on it. I said, listen, like it's not nice, you know, please delete the post because I'm not really copying you. Like this is anyone can do this. It's just saying as you're going to a bakery and someone's making a Dubai cake and the next baker's making one. No one's really copying. It's just ideas, you know, this isn't like
who likes what flavor better?
you know, like how many bakers do we have just in Queens? Like I'm sure they're all great, but everyone has a preference of what kind of Dubai cake they like. So I asked her, I said, listen, please delete the post because even though you're not saying my name, people know it's about me and I don't like that. Like I didn't do anything wrong to you, you know, like please delete it. And she was like, no, you were being sneaky. You sent your friend to ask me how much I charge. And I promise you, I never sent anyone to her because my friend didn't even know I was doing it.
Either way, that happened with me, but I'll save that story for later.
I didn't send any of my friends because if I wanted to find out like how much you charge, I could have simply asked you like, hey, how much do you charge? Like, it's not rocket science to know how much you charge. Like, everyone goes to you. Like, you'll find out. So I was like, listen, you know what? It's fine. Just leave the post. So that's when I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm replicating someone, and I like the word replicating because like I feel like everyone can do it.
You're just it's a tutor.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Like, come on.
You know, that for me was like it was a little odd. So a month went by and I was just like, I love Pinterest. Back then, now TikTok is my thing. I learned all my new ideas from TikToks, but back then it was Pinterest. And I came across these like activity binders and I was like, let me make them for my students, you know? But keep in mind, nobody was, even Amazon at the time wasn't selling it like
I did that.
So I started doing these binders, activity binders. And when I started using it for my group sessions, parents were like, can I buy it from you? And I'm like, I don't make it to sell, like just for my Sunday student. No, I want to buy it from you. So I'm like, yo, not a bad idea. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll make it. I'm gonna do something that I'm not replicating. Screw this. So I did these binders.
But you were still starting your Sunday.
Yeah, I still have my Sunday group session. Keep in mind, I started with only 2 students for like a good 4 months. It took me time until I actually, you know, had parents trust me. And the day, this is not parents that are getting funded through the insurance agency. This is parents actually bringing you and paying out real money.
Yeah.
So parents weren't going to just throw their money for someone that just started, you know? So I had to prove myself. And by proving myself was posting constantly on social media, you know, like just being more active on social media. So I started making these binders and 3-4 weeks into this, that same person who said replicating was doing my binders.
No way.
But in their own way. So I was like, then I called her out and I said, listen, you know, I can be a savage right now and go on Instagram and write, it come to my attention that someone is replicating my bind, but I'm not going to do it. I said, now you look like a clown. Not like a fool, but like a clown. You went and literally just did what you said you're not. You went against your own word, basically. But I let it be. And since then, we kind of distance ourselves, she blocked.
Does that girl still do these Sunday sessions?
To be honest, probably. I don't know because I don't follow her. She has me blocked. There's enough kids in the community, Sarah.
Natalie.
There's so many. How many community? You have a center, for example. Right now, you have a new center in Hollis
Hills.
How many kids can you already take?
I have a center of 5 classrooms, and I still won't take as many students as all these other people do. Why? Because I don't take them to make money. I take them because I want, like you said, quality or quantity.
Exactly.
I don't need to hire 3 teachers. Oh, by the way, who are also non-certified teachers. You want to people are certified, not certified. First of all, who cares?
Yeah.
You learn how to be an educator by doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
Just because you sat at a computer and passed the test, I'm so proud of you, Natalie. I'm proud that you passed
those exams.
But that's not what makes you a good educator. You're a good educator because of who you are.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to hire teachers from the street who don't know what they're doing, but I'm going to give them a folder and say, here, teach X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to cash out on that classroom.
Yeah.
No. I don't have more than 2 sessions in an hour, and I have 5 classrooms, Natalie.
Exactly. So how many kids can you possibly take?
Exactly.
And God bless our community. God bless the moms out here, but they pop them every year. There's enough.
Every year. Didn't you have one 10 months?
Yeah, I'm saying, but I feel like there's so many kids There's so many of them.
Hello, a friend called me, Sarah. I'm so inspired by what you do. Her daughter came to me. When I pick up my daughter from your class, I can't believe how many cars I see waiting outside. I want to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You know how many, like,
Go for it.
So, like, people were like, I can't believe you gave Sarah.
Oh my God. Wait.
Whoa.
My grand opening.
Oh my God. We started on that.
Natalie, when people saw her at my grand opening, everybody's face, I don't know why. Natalie, do you have like, was literally pale. Like they saw a ghost.
I know. And
I'm looking around like, what?
I felt when I came.
Our husbands were chatting. Yeah. Me and you are hugging and kissing each other. And you bring me flowers and people are like, wait a second. Is that Natalie Fuzailov that just came to Sarah's grand opening?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it was.
I know.
What's the problem?
With the minute I came out of my car and I saw your people and they saw me, and I'm like, I felt the energy and I was just like,
hello. What about camp last week? God forbid you should send your boys to me, Natalie. God forbid. How many people shared that story?
So basically, Sarah posted a video of my kids in her mini camp like 2 weeks ago, the winter break.
Yeah.
She had over 24 shares just on that video where my kids were being shown.
Meaning like people were forwarding that story to their friends, obviously writing like.
No, but people ask me, why would you send your someone, like there was a few that asked like, you send your boys to Sarah? And I'm like, yeah, but don't you do this?
Yeah.
But so why? I said, because I don't want to deal with my own kids right now. It's not the same.
We made an agreement, by the way. Don't forget that next time our kids are off the same time, we're just swapping.
It's not even that. It's just for me, anything I did in my life was never a competition. Even with my binder, do you know, I promised you, girls would call me and say, Natalie, please, I want to do binder. Tell me how to do it. Cause it's not, it might look easy, but it's not. And I told them step by step, you laminate first, you cut this first, you Velcro this part. Do you know how many girls started doing it? And I'm just like, it's okay. Like, how many binders can I already make? Unless I'm freaking going to China to a manufacturer, then maybe I won't tell you my little secret, but the Havod, heck, the binder, make it is enough. Like, so with your camp too, when I send my boys to you, I called you, I'm like, Sarah, I can't deal with them today. I'm sending them to you. Because at the same time, it's easier to deal with someone else's kids than with your own kid. And 100%. I feel like in my camp, for example, if I have all my 4 kids at home and you're paying me to take care of your child, I need to give my 100 to your child. So for that, I will take my kids and send them somewhere else. That way I'm giving it to you. I knew my kids were going to be off that 1 week. I said, you know what? I'll try it for a day or two with my kids at home. If they do well and they behave, no problem. But I saw they weren't really following my routine. They saw that I was busy. They would go upstairs on the iPad. And I didn't want them on their winter break to be glued into the iPads. Yeah. So yes, I did send them to your camp. Did they have a great time? Yeah. Did they come back happy? Yeah. Did they want to go back? Yeah.
Are me and Matthew besties?
Yes, you guys are. But I would not bring my child to you because we do the same thing. I don't get it. Like, I don't get why people look at anything as a competition.
How many men in our community are barbers, shoemakers, watch dealers, selling jewelry?
What I do, so I'll tell you what I do feel like, and I will say this out loud, and you can take it however you want. I do feel like when you are doing the same thing in the community and you get an idea from somebody else, I think it's very important to give credit when it's due. It is. Because I'll give you an example. There was a baker that started making, like, obviously Dubai chocolate was out, right? Dubai chocolate was out. This was talking about like a year or 2 years ago, right? But no one really here was making it. Nobody. Like, this one baker woke up one morning and said, you know what? I'm making Dubai chocolate. The cups, you know? She made it. And within the same week or 2 weeks, 100 other bakers started doing it, which is great. But at least give credit, like, hey, hashtag whoever this person was, thanks for the idea, or thanks for inspiring me to do it, or just give credit. Like, you know, you don't have to take the full on idea to yourself. It's cute to give credit, and I think that should be what's the right word to say? Like, it should be,
people in the community just feel like they need ownership.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
no, for sure.
And honestly, I wanted to say, by the way, I also one day got a message from a friend who is a friend, and I straight up opened my mouth to her because I was just like, excuse me. She messaged me, hey, I have a friend that wants to send their child to you. How much do you charge? I already knew where this was coming from. I wrote to her, you could have your friend reach out to me. What does she say? She doesn't want to reach out to you. Can you just let me know how much you're charging?
Why didn't you reach out to you?
Because I already knew the backstory. Her friend was going to start doing what I'm doing.
Oh.
And she wanted to do one-on-one cases. whatever. We're friends and I love you all. And don't take this the wrong way because I'm sure you'll see this podcast. I don't care. We were in St. Martin in the water together. And I straight up looked at her and I was like, by the way, I was like, can you admit to me the reason why you asked me how much I charge for my one-on-one? She goes, I promise it's not because of what you think it is. I looked at her dead in the eye and I'm like, stop lying to me. I was like, I already heard from somebody else that that's exactly why you asked. So just admit it to me.
Wow.
I was like, it's not a problem. It's not a secret. And she's like, you're right. She's like, I'm sorry that I did that, but I just wanted to help my friend. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ask me. I asked you, how much do you charge for Hebrew? How much do you charge for this?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Just give credit where it's due and be proud of each other.
That's how I look at it too. I think it's very important, and especially in a community, to give credit when it's due.
People also take things the wrong way. Do you feel like that?
All the time.
Natalie, do you remember I posted a story about worksheets?
Yeah, I asked you about that. You never even got back to me.
I'm shocked this didn't go viral. The amount of backlash that I got from this stupid worksheet post.
But I feel like every teacher works in
Natalie,
their approach and
Natalie
wants to.
The point wasn't, I wasn't even talking about anybody. I was talking about myself. I was straight up.
But what made you post it?
I'll tell you why. Because somebody asked me a question and, I used to tag all my parents.
Can I tell you what happened? The one time okay, let me cut you for it. This is why I couldn't tag parents. The one time, this was when I was pregnant with Jonah, my third, okay? I was always going to people's houses to do private sessions while I was in my group sessions. And when I was already almost closer to my due date with Jonah, I told the parents, whoever I was doing private cases with, I said, listen, you're going to have to start coming to my house. I can't travel to you. They all agreed because I was great at what I was doing, or I am still doing. And this one teacher that at the time was also doing these group sessions or whatever, I mentioned one of the parents who I was tutoring, like their progress, and I tagged the parent, and the parent reposted, and this teacher messaged the parent saying, hey, and keep in mind, I know it's not even a lie, even though I confronted that person, they were denying it with a full face, and I'm just like, but I saw it, like I saw a screenshot, like you can't lie to me.
Is this the same person that bashed you?
No, it's a different person. AI wasn't out back then, okay?
Or ChatGPT.
Yeah. So don't even tell me like there wasn't you. So she basically told the parent like, hey, how are you? So I see Natalie right now is doing her cases at home. If you want, I can come to your house and do the private cases and charge you the thing that Natalie's charging you. Did I ask you to go to the parent? Like this is my way of making my parnasa, right? For those who don't know what parnasa means, is like basically like, your wealth, money, right? Why would you do that? Like why? If you need students, just tell me, hey, now, like, I don't have enough students. Can you send me some? And I'll gladly send you. Like, even now, there was so many kids that need private sessions, and I don't have the time. I don't. How many do I give out? I give out tutors' numbers all the time. Just ask me. So the fact that you went and texted the parent that I tagged, that's why I stopped tagging parents. Not because I'm scared they might be like taken away from me. It's just,
I was tagging.
There was people in the community that are just happen to be this sneaky, lying, jealous.
You know what I realized? And my husband kept telling me this. He's like, stop getting so upset. These people are only doing what they're doing, Natalie, because they have a reason to be jealous.
Yeah.
They have obviously some type of insecurity, like they're nervous.
Yeah.
Like we're like getting to them a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just don't care.
No.
Like they think because now all of a sudden they blocked me on social media, like, you want a cookie?
There might be how many fake accounts I have on
I don't
Instagram?
care. That's why I'm private, by the way.
I'm not.
I know. You told me do this account, do that, whatever. But I just wanted to say, I used to tag all my parents. And that's how I built my whole business. And parents who I was actually close to, like chilling with them outside of the work field, also were showing me that people in this field were messaging them. Oh, I do X, Y, and Z. I'm better than her. I could do this. You could do that. Like, seriously? Anyway, a mom reached out to me and was like, oh, somebody said something about like, why does Sarah use worksheets?
So they were referring to me. Can you be honest?
No. Natalie, are you normal?
No.
Yo, are you?
No, I'll tell you why. Because prior to that, that post.
You know what's so funny? And I'll say this like on anything. The person that even said this is nobody known in this industry. This is somebody who just started doing what she's doing. Okay. She might have 2 students or 3 students, and I'm very happy for her. And Hashem give her so many students, her business should grow
Amen.
and blow up.
Amen.
But imagine,
I think I know what you're talking about.
we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Because I just know.
How do you know?
I just
Whatever.
Let's talk
So,
about that later.
yes, we will. Anyway, like I said, I've never bad spoken. Natalie, did I ever speak anything bad about anybody who does what we do? Did you ever, even in general,
No.
besides being educators, we like chill. We were in Chilton Garden, hanging out. Did we talk shit about? No, that's not my personality. But get under my skin, Natalie, and you will see a Sarah Marcus you don't want anything to do with.
Say it to them.
I'm not kidding you. I'm the nicest person in the world. But piss me off.
So are you scared of her now?
And how do you say it in Russian? I will send you so far, Nakwa, you won't even know what hit you. No, seriously. Because that's the type of person I am.
Right.
And that's the type of person you are. So when you start hearing from outsiders, like, oh, this one said this one about
I
you.
just blocked
And this one blocked you on Instagram. Like, I don't care.
I just blocked the noise.
Get over yourself.
I learned.
Anyway, I was at Lakeshore and I was doing like a big shopping spree, you know, when they have like the back to school sale. And I bought all these things and I was so excited. So I was already like hyping myself up and like so excited to post it all that's when I was just like, you know what? I really wanted to dodge a bullet. And somebody was just like, oh, by the way, this girl was saying something about worksheets. And I'm like, what? Like, what does she even know?
Yeah.
This person I don't even think is a licensed educator, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I was like, what? So I just said, listen, I post something. That's not my whole, I don't sit here. Natalie, do you Instagram your whole 60 minutes of your class?
No.
Or do you post bits and pieces?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody who watches my stories, and I know you watch my stories, I know whoever watches my stories, I have a plan. Just like I did when I was a 3K and a pre-K teacher. We start our day with our little morning talk, our discussion, what we're learning, what we did the week before, you know, like as to go over it as a refresher, go over it, what we're going to be learning today, what we're going to be doing. And yes, I do conclude my day with some kind of hands-on activity, whether it's tracing worksheet, whether it's writing on a board, whether it's cutting. But that's my style of learning. But you know why? Because that's how I learn best. By hands-on.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't sit here, read a book and not be able to take a test. I need to sit there and do it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's why I do what I do.
I just feel like every teacher has her own approach.
I love teaching, yeah.
And if it works for you, that's great.
It works for me. I see results that way. But the point is, somebody who I had nothing to do with thought that I was talking about her. And since then, all I've heard was yip yap.
So did you confront this person?
No. Natalie,
You should.
confront them.
Yeah.
My love, you think I have time to confront them?
I mean, if you feel some kind, I would
I don't care. If this is how this person's going to sleep good at night, good for her. I'm going to sleep better at night knowing I have nothing to do with these people. I don't need to.
You know this person.
No. I mean, honestly, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to give the person away. But yeah, we used to be like, they used to hang out a lot with like our.
No, up her, like,
of course.
Okay.
Trust me, we know each other. We used to say hi to each other. Now, if they even see me, God forbid, they'll right away turn their head. Like, God forbid, we should make eye contact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's like grimy. Like, for what? You understand what I'm saying? Like, all because they assumed I was talking about them. But newsflash, I really wasn't. And I could say that wholeheartedly.
Wow. I thought you were referring to me. And I'll tell you why.
But Natalie, you will have the balls to call me and say, bro, you're talking about me.
I'll tell you why. Because
why, you were talking shit about my worksheets?
No, the week before that, I posted a video of my teachers, you know, my Hebrew teacher and 2 of my other teachers, stapling my students' practice homework. And I wrote, homeworks are not a form of teaching. It in my group.
Homework or worksheet?
Sorry, worksheets are not a form of teaching. It's a form of just assessments or for homework. That's what I posted. And then it was like a bunch of papers on the floor and the teacher was just stapling it.
No.
And then a week later, I saw you made a whole rant about worksheets. I'm like, wait, is she? That's why I think I called you. I remember I was in my car doing my burger plus sandwich, and I'm like, answer you. Like,
But Natalie, if I was talking about you, I would have straight up said, Natalie.
Oh, I know. That's why I was like, and then you're like, no, I'm not. I'm like, so what are you talking about? That's whenever you told me exactly. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, you're blowing on my phone.
That was the day I was wondering, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because I was like, I wanted to know. You found
the hands went wild.
Yeah, so
I really went wild.
Sure, like, listen, I hope, because when I post on social media, I always try to post without hurting anyone's feelings, because at the end of the day, if you're following me or I'm following you, it's because I like you and you vibe with me. Maybe there are some lurkers obviously on social media, but if I follow you, it's because I like you, you know? So I try not to post things that would offend someone, or even if I post quotes, it's not to like pimp one just because I like it. It doesn't mean I'm trying to attack someone, you know? But that's what I thought you were upset with me. And I'm like, let me call her. Let me see what is she talking about? Like, what are these work?
It was not you, my love.
No, but again, every teacher has her own approach in teaching. Like, I don't like worksheets at all. It's very rare you'll find me using them on Sunday. And also my parents don't like it. So I just give it for homework, but I'm pretty sure they get so now that I'm growing with my students, like, so now I have second grade, next year will be third. I can't do what I do with second grade at third grade. So obviously I
have second and third graders, right?
I have second grade now. So those second graders will eventually be in September 3rd. And then I'll make my way out. I don't usually like teaching third grade and up. It's not some expertise, I'm going to be honest. So I would obviously hire a really good educated teacher to do it. Same thing with Hebrew. I know the language, but I don't feel like
it's not your specialty.
It's my specialty. It is, but I don't feel like I would give my 100 if I was teaching it. That's why I chose to hire a really great Hebrew teacher to do it. With me, again, if I'm going to do something, I have to make sure that I'm giving my all to it, especially when it comes to my students. I can't give 50-50. It doesn't work for me like that. I cannot just say, okay, bring all your kids, I'll teach them all. And then I'm not giving you my 50 and my 100. I'm just giving you half job. I don't like that. My Sunday group session put any other jobs of mine to sleep, including this podcast. Those students come before anything, because these parents trust me. They bring it in here, and I want to make sure that they're getting their 100. That's why even during the week, I don't take on cases. I only have 3 cases, and that's it. I have any students blowing up my phone all day. Please take this case. And I'm just like, no, I could. I can work from 8 to 5. I have my days free, but I choose not to, because I know if I'm going to go into a daycare, I have to make sure that I'm going to actually physically see this child and be with them. And there's days where I don't feel like going in. So why do I have to sign myself up from 8 to 5 just because it's making more money, and I'm just not really going to give my 100?
We worked so hard, Natalie, to get to where we are.
Yeah. I like, and even with your grand opening, for example, first of all, I came A to support you. I helped you get a bit, I helped you open up a group session.
Why is it so hard for everybody?
Why would I not be proud of you? That's A. B, you invited me to your grand opening. How can I say no to that? Okay. I come there, and then aside from the faces these girls are making at me, where I was just like, you know what? I block right away, like the noise, the back, or I blocked it right away, because I came here for you. I came to support you. All of them can
fly a kite.
I'm not going to say it. Language, you know, it is what it is. But then there was one girl that stuck out that happened to be also my friend. Okay.
At my grand opening?
At your grand opening.
You didn't tell me this.
Because whatever, I didn't want to, it's your day. I'm not going to ruin your day.
Okay, but Natalie, that was what, 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah, I don't, maybe I did tell you.
No, you didn't tell me this.
And there was a girl that came up that was standing next to my husband, and she comes out of the car, and then she goes, oh, you're here? And I'm like, yeah, I thinking, like, why wouldn't I be here? Like, I don't get it. So she's like, so how does it feel that she beat you to it?
No, you never told me this.
I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I don't know. And I looked at her, and I'm like, honestly, coming from a person like you, I'm not even gonna say anything. I looked at my husband, and I just walked away. I could have sat there and explained. I was just like, if this is the type of person she is, to say something like that,
she's bored.
Then clearly, she's not a grown woman.
What if she hears this?
She called me a few days later, and I told her, like, listen, I don't know why you would say that. Like, what was your reasoning? I'm like, hey, you're acting like I can't do it. B, it's not a competition. If I want to open up a learning center, I can do it today, right now, this very moment.
I didn't do this because I have a million students.
No,
I did it because I wanted to get out of my basement.
For sure. So I said to her, I'm like, when she called me a few days later, I told her, I said, listen, she's like, why did you say that? I said, what do you mean, what did I say? She's like, if it's coming from you. I'm like, because, like, why would you say that? Like, for what? She's like, no, because, you know, you started this before her, and she opened up a place before you. And I'm like, but this is not a competition. I said, and honey, again, if I want to open up a learning center, I'm going to do it today. I choose not to because I don't want to do it. I'm at a point in my life right now where I'm not ready to commit an 8 to 5 job. I'm not ready. One second, let me finish. One second, so then I won't forget what I want to say. I am not ready to commit to working outside my house. I enjoy working from home. I love waking up on a Sunday morning and after before work, getting my kid ready for breakfast, whatever it is. If I had to get a place, that means that I got to be up on a Sunday morning at 6 a.m., getting my kids all ready for their extra or whatever, or dance. I don't want to do that. I like my comfortability. I like home. I'm very homey. When my kids maybe get a little bit older, or if, again, my mind switches to open up a center, I'll do it. With me, things go very fast. I can tell you right now, I'm not opening one, and tomorrow I'm signing a contract. That's just me. But right now, I feel like in my life, I'm very comfortable. Very comfortable. And I explained it to her. I said, coming from you, we've been friends for so long. You know how much I love working from home. You know how much I love my kids being home. Like, why would you say that? Like, I don't know. I'm fine. I flipped that. I said, it's okay. That's how you're feeling about me. You're looking at me like I'm some like little petty girl. I said, I like what I do. I'm like, and I do a lot of everything. So for me to now take myself and go work and open up a center, I'm locked in. I don't like being locked in. I hate being trapped. Even the cases that I do during the week, I feel trapped completely. I'm like, oof, I have to get up. I have 3 hours of work right now. I get like, I don't like being trapped.
You feel claustrophobic.
I don't like it. I like to be available at all the times. My kids, God bless public school. God bless them. But they have something every week, whether it's together time, whether it's breakfast time, whether it's meet the teacher night. And I'm part of also the SLT and the PTA board. So there's a lot in my kids' school that require me to be there in the morning. So it's like, if I really open up a place, am I going to be there for your kids in the morning? Am I really, I don't want, if I would have an after school program, am I really going to be there for them when they come to do their homework? My kids still need me. As much as other people's kids need me, my kids need me too. And right now, it's not about having a business outside of my home. I like it. Today I had a makeup session, for example, from 5:30 to 6:30. My kids were home with their tutors, but I was still able to see what they were doing because I'm working from home. So she apologized and whatever it was. But still, for people to look at it like, oh, she opened up a place before her. It's just not competition. This field, working with children, or even any field, thinking with like plastic surgeons, for example, there's so many of them. You go to who you feel is the right choice for yourself. And same thing with teachers. Parents choose to put their kids at a center where they feel they would benefit from. No matter how much you post on Instagram, no matter how much content you post that you're the best teacher, a parent might see you as not the best fit. And that's okay. You're not meant for everyone to like. I'm sure there's a few parents that don't want to send their kids here. Okay. I know what I do when I teach your child. If I know I'm giving you my 100, what I do outside of my work life is not your business. And if your child happens to see my things on social media, that's your problem. There's no reason why your 5-year-old should be on Instagram and watching my story. Look, I have parents like, my son saw your story last night. Why? Why are you allowing your child to see what I post? Okay, the funny videos, it's fine. But like, other than that, your child shouldn't be really on social media watching my stories. Because in the day, I'm also a person. I'm also a human. I also like to have fun. I can't be tied down to just being a teacher. I'm not only a teacher, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I'm a sister. There's a lot of parts of me that want to also explore.
100%. You don't have to explain.
No, I really have to, because even when I was launching the podcast, a lot of parents were like, a lot of people were like, oh my God, but what are you going to do? How are you going to talk? And you're going to probably curse. And I'm like, first of all, their child shouldn't be watching my podcast. You shouldn't. And
that's why you called it unscripted.
Exactly. I made it very clear. It's unscripted and unfiltered. There's no reason why your child should be watching my podcast.
I had another question.
Yeah.
I see a lot of other girls doing this whole podcast thing now. How do you feel about that?
I think it's great. I just think it's funny. I don't think it's funny listen, I don't own podcasts. I wasn't the one to come up with it.
You don't own it?
No, I don't know.
I thought you were the creator. Yeah. People seem to be replicating you now.
Yeah, no, I was listening. It's not like I started podcast. Everyone's been doing it. It's been out and about. But during the same week that I started doing it, my cousin came out with it. And I was so happy for her because, first of all, she's drop dead gorgeous. And anyone would like to listen to someone like you need to look good to be on the podcast. You can't look like shit and be on the podcast. No one's listening to you. So when she opened it, everyone's like, oh my God, she's copying. And I'm like, no, she's not. Like, first of all, I'm pretty sure she had the idea to do it, because it doesn't take that fast to open up a podcast. You need to get equipment, you need to think about it, think of a name. It doesn't happen overnight. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure she had the idea too. It just happened to be that on the same week, we both kind of came out with it.
Did you guys know about it?
No, it's so funny. We didn't know. So when I launched it, she's like, oh my God, it's so funny. Like, I'm in the works of doing it with my sister. I'm about to announce it in a couple of days. And I was actually so happy, because I'm like, why not? Like, there's enough for everyone.
How long were you planning on doing this podcast?
For almost a year.
Wow.
A year, because I always try to get on videos and talk and educate. And everyone's always like, yo, Nat, like, get on someone's podcast. Get on someone, go rent Kaiko Media's rental room. And I asked them one time, like, how much do you charge? Well, the price they gave me, I'm like, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. They were like, listen, we do the editing and all. I'm like, yeah, it's great, but I'm not about to pay $2,000-$3,000.
No way.
And I get paid to be listened to. Like,
why? You just rent the room and you come and talk with somebody?
I rent the room. I pay them to rent the room. I pay them for them to do the lighting, to do the editing, and to post it. Even though it's good money, like, listen, it's not that much, but I'm not getting paid right now to be listened to. So why would I go and cut money if I'm not being, like, I'd rather do this at home myself. Pick up viewers.
You did a gorgeous setup, by the way.
So this whole background, wasn't supposed to be for my podcast. I was in the works of getting a learning center. And keep in mind, there were many times where I did find a place.
I remember you told me a few times.
And just the day of signing the lease, 3 times within the 6 months, I always go into it saying, Hashem, I'm going to go in there today to sign a lease. You need to give me clarity and guidance and make sure that I'm doing the right choice. And if it's not the right choice, you need to give me I need to get some sort of message from you, some sort. And I went in there, and this person was like switching up the contract right there in front of me. Now, keep in mind, I already hired a lawyer, a contractor. Everything was going in place, and it just didn't work out. And I didn't get upset. I'm like, you know what? I asked Hashem to give me an answer, and he did. So this was already in the making for my library center. Everyone has a story. It wasn't supposed to be, it was supposed to be once upon a time.
So cool.
And it was supposed to be this backdrop with like trees falling and like pillows on the floor for a library center. What other more ideas that I'm obviously going to keep quiet about for my actual center when I open it.
So nobody replicates
it. So yeah. So I was like, you know what? I had this in mind here, and I was looking at it and I'm like, I'm not like, this is not going on. What am I doing with this? Like, there's something I need to do with this. And the whole podcast started coming to mind. It just started coming. I'm like, you know what? Matt, just do it. Just go with it. Just do it. Like, you've been thinking about it for so long. You talk on social media all the time. People call you for advice. Like, I kid you not. I get phone calls all the time. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to just do it. And within like 2-3 months, I got the equipment. I was doing more research about the editing, this, that, even though my editing still sucks.
Wow, you're doing a great job.
No, the first podcast was awful. The audio, I guess maybe because I was being too cheap on the microphones. That's why this time, if you guys notice, we went with this one.
Upgrade alert.
Actually, this is not really an upgrade, but I went with this because the other one, you have to get a camera. I don't want a camera. I work better on my phone. And it's just whatever. So I did this one, but I'm happy I did it. And I'm happy that my cousin is doing it, so I love listening to her. As far as the other ones that are doing it, the one that was where I was replicating, good for them. I didn't even know about it, again, because I was blocked. People were sending it to me and I couldn't see it. Because when someone blocks you on Instagram, it says, if someone sends you a story, it says content unavailable. So when everyone kept sending it to me.
Wait a second. The girl that said you were replicating her, she's also doing a podcast now?
Yeah, apparently now she just started doing one, which is great. She's amazing. Replicating.
Today I was leaving work and somebody said to me, Sarah, and by the way, we had already spoken and we already knew that we were going to talk tonight. And I was leaving the daycare and this person said to me, when are you starting your podcast? And I'm like, how the hell do you already know about it?
Oh, you guys should go down that.
Yeah. So she's like, wait, what? I'm like, how did you already find out? Like, I just got off the phone with Natalie an hour ago. She goes, wait, what? She goes, no, I meant like, there's so many girls that are in the education world that are starting a podcast now. Oh, are you going to do your own? But in my head, I'm like, no, but me and Natalie are going to speak tonight on her podcast.
That was funny. No, listen, good for her. I'm very happy for her. I'm sure she's going to do great. And she's a very smart person. And, she has a lot of experience working with kids. I'm sure her podcast is nothing similar to mine. Listen, I don't know.
One thing about you, I love that you're proud of everybody.
Yeah, I don't
like
care.
you really have nothing bad to say about anybody.
I really don't. Like, there's so much room to grow with everything that you do in life. And I feel like everyone has a preference of who they want to listen to. You know, it's not like about like, oh my God, you open it up and want to listen to me now. If a person wants to listen to you, then they'll listen to you. I'm on TikTok scrolling all day. If you look interesting enough, I'll watch you. If not, on to the next. They don't need to get offended about you. You're not everyone's cup of tea. You're not. And I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Listen, within the last 2 years, I can tell you this much. I have dropped so many friends. And in the beginning, it hurt a little bit, you know, but at the same time, I was like, you ask God to protect you from negative energy, from evil eye, from friends that don't belong in your life, and they left. Like, see, like, what are you?
I think it's just part of growing up,
and
it's starting to realize that who's real.
I love.
Honestly, Natalie, I hate to bring this up, but do you feel like you also learned a little bit from when your dad passed away, like who really showed up for you and like who's real in your life?
I'll be honest with you with that. When my father passed away, surprisingly, a lot of friends showed up. So I can compare my father's death to losing a lot of friends.
Not really losing.
You know, I tell you what really helped me understand who my friends are is when I was actually picking myself up. When I was, you know, getting a lot of more attention in the community, positive attention. And when people were speaking highly about me, that's when I noticed I lost a lot of my friends. When my daughter was going through all her health issues, I had a good, solid friendships. Because I noticed you have these friends when you're at your lowest.
I remember that's when I was coming to you.
Yeah. So when I started, like, that's when I really had friends. At my lowest times in my life, that's when my friends were.
Because I want to be part of the drama.
That's what
I want to be part of, like, the gossip.
That's
nonsense.
What, you know, so my husband would always tell me, like, these are not your friends. These are not your friends. They're fake. And I'm like, no, they're there for me. They're there for me. And slowly, while I was picking myself up, whether it was with my Sunday group sessions, and listen, I'm not saying I'm all that. I'm not, but I do get a lot of attention in the community. A lot of like, Ma, how do you do it, Natalie? You have 4 kids. Like, it's always, how do you do it? And I get it. A lot of people also try to, you know, navigate life in such a, it's not easy, you know.
It's all about time management.
Exactly. But it's also not easy. Not everybody can do it. Listen, my sister also, she tells me, how do you do it? It's not for everybody. It's not. But I feel like I lost a lot of friends while I was picking myself up. And a lot of them didn't like it. And it's okay. And it's fine. And I was very much okay with letting go a lot of them because I don't need so many friends to define me as a person. I had my husband and I had my kid. And at the end of the day, that's who I really need. Like, I don't need you to be. Are you liking what I'm saying, baby? He knows that we talk about this. And I'll tell you, within the process of losing a lot of friends, my relationship with my husband got very close. You know, because at the time I was so busy with just friends. It's like,
you forget who your spouse is.
Forget who my spouse is. I forget even who myself is. I'm always about to please my friends. And it's like, who are these people? They're not helping me grow. It's always gossip and drama and what she wore and how she said it. There comes a point in your life when you're like, no, it's done with. Like, come on. Like, you guys are grown women. Your mom. Like, you have your kids growing up. Yeah, I go out till I have a good time. You know, I party it up. I drink it. But there's also
prioritize your life.
And for me, my kids and my husband are my main priority right now. And I'm not looking to make new friends. I have a lot of people think I have a lot of friends, but I really don't. I don't even have a circle in my life.
You know, like, my mom used to say, may she rest in peace. If you can count on one hand your true friends, you're very blessed.
Yeah, I don't. I don't have a circle, but I have like a small crowd of girls that I can consider my friends. But like, I don't have where it's a crowd. Like, I don't have that. And I feel like I'm okay with that. And I'm fine. Like, I'm good on where I'm at. I'm looking to grow in my life. I'm looking to, you know, do better. For me, it's always like, what can I do next? What can I do next? It was like a funny meme on Instagram saying there was like a guy like sitting there with his bandana and he's like, there hasn't even been one idea that I didn't want to do in 2025. Even building my own country was one of my ideas. So it was like, people were sending this to me like, this is you right there. I'm just all about looking for new things to do, looking to bring, and that's when people say, oh, she's copying you. I'm like, no, she's not. Like, if I brought this vision to life and someone else is doing it, it's great because we need more of that. That means we need more of it, you know? So yeah, I'm not one of the first people to do a podcast in the community. There was a bunch of others that were doing it here too. I just wasn't really following. For me, podcast wasn't a thing back then. I wasn't really listening.
Somebody else, by the way, asked me to be in their podcast and I was just like,
no, as you should. Why not?
Not about that. I just was like not interested at all. But then when me and you spoke about it, I was kind of like, you know what? I feel like this is just something I really want everybody to really understand what we're here for.
Yeah.
I really want to say that there's a million people who do the same thing.
Yeah.
Whether you're a baker, whether you're a jeweler, whether you're a barber, whether you're a home attendant, whether you're a housekeeper, no matter what you do, there's always going to be a million of them.
There is.
And I feel like us women need to set an example and show each other what it's like to motivate and push and guide.
No,
Not-
sure.
not-
I don't.
Not bring people down.
I'll give you an example. I was going to Yoav's gym, right? YE training, which is, I love the gym. Great gym, right? And I was working with Livia, she's an amazing trainer.
It's amazing.
She's amazing.
Really.
I love her. But at some point, my schedule wasn't working out. Okay. And keep in mind that I know Yoav way before all of these girls knew Yoav. Like years before you even opened the gym here, I knew Yoav. I at some point had to leave YE training because I needed to find a gym that worked in my schedule for a 6 a.m. class. And Livia's gym class was either 12 till 4. And Yoav does not have a 6 a.m. class. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a break from YE training. I'm going to go to Better Body Together. Started going over there. While I was training with Better Body Together, YE training had a grand opening. I come there. People are literally sending the grand opening that I posted. I had like maybe 82 shares on that. But what are they sharing it? So one friend, I told me, she goes, why I came to the gym the next day to Better Body. She goes, why would you go there? You don't even go to that gym.
So disgusting.
And I'm like, I went for the fucking free foods. Like, why else would I go to a grand opening? A, I know you all very well. B, Libya is my trainer, that was my trainer. And 3, it's a business that opened in my community. My community. I said, why wouldn't I want to go there? I don't know. I just think it's so weird because you don't work there. You don't work out anymore there. I'm like, it doesn't matter if I don't work out. I know the people. I build a relationship with them. As when people tell me these things, I notice that it comes from a mindset of very childish and not fully grown yet. So I can't even get up. I stopped like taking it so sensitive, like into heart. And I'm like, Natalie, you have to understand that these people are here and you're here. The way they think, you already were thinking that years ago. They're not at your level yet. You have to get in time.
So
you have to pray for people like that. So I look at it like now even here now, like we all do the same thing. Everyone, how many like, aesthetics do we have? Med spa, like
oh
how
my
many,
God, injectors,
47th Street,
both.
There is no, yeah, I get it. Sometimes competition is fun, but it depends also what job it is. When it comes to working with kids, it should never be a competition. That's how I look at it. Kids are kids.
They're the future.
It's not a piece of diamond that you're going to.
They are the future.
Exactly. It's not a piece of jewelry. It's children. There's no, I'm better than you.
How many daycares are there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I never understood.
There's a home-based daycare on every corner, on every block.
And you know what I noticed? I noticed in my life, anytime I help a person or anytime I, try to do something good for another person, it not only makes me feel good, but I get like, what's the right word for it? I get back for it 10 times more in a good way.
100%.
So I notice by me helping people and giving them, sharing their ideas or whatever it is, it's okay. It's okay to share your ideas. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you can help more people in the community, so do it. There's nothing wrong with helping. There's no competition. There's nothing wrong with helping. Be you, be true to yourself. And I promise you, when you're so good at what you do and you're so confident in what it is that you do, the business will come.
But that's why I ignore everything. Like you said to me, did you confront the person? No,
I feel like sometimes, like there should be times in life where you should, depending on the relationship you have with this person. Sometimes most of the time now, I kind of just like block it out and it's like, whatever, it's not worth my time.
When I was in my basement, I never, ever, ever had this drama, this gossip, this, oh my God, you're doing this, you're doing that. Listen, somebody has a learning center a few blocks away from me, Natalie.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. How many shuls are there?
All right, down the block.
How many shuls are there?
A lot.
Okay? They're still packed.
I know.
You get what I'm saying?
Sarah, I get you 100%.
Who prays in the morning? Men. Okay? That's already population cut in half. How many kids are there in the world? Okay? So for a few girls who are doing what we're doing and we're doing a great job and we're building the future, be happy for each other.
I'm happy for everyone. Whether you like me or not, I'll be happy.
I did tell my husband that if I hear one more time about one specific person who's having my name come out of her mouth, I will get her phone number and I will call her. And I will make sure you're on the phone on mute. But
Are we doing this mute thing? Remember back in the day we were going.
But the point is, like, it's been so long, and I'm just like, I let it go. I don't care.
I feel like now I'm at a point
where, like, bro, you're almost 40 years old.
I feel
grow up. It doesn't bother me.
So again, if
you know what it does? It pushes me. It motivates me.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when I'll give you a piece of something. When this happened 6 years ago, when this person on Instagram and wrote, "Oh, she replicates my work. I'm not adequate enough." That I still remember those. I still till this day remember those exact words that she wrote about me. It's 6. My son is already 7. 76. 6 years later.
But did it not make you want to just do better?
Till this day, those words that stuck in my head, and because of these words, I always push myself to do better.
I think you should put it here.
I'm not adequate enough should have been here, because that adequate enough
got you exactly
where I am today. So thank you. But
Natalie, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And
you're a great educator. You're a great mom. You're a great wife. You're a great everything. And just like you said, people always call you and say, "How do you do it?" Same thing with me. I'm very involved in my son's school. I'm on the board of the PTO. I'm very busy. Like, I don't post so much. Like Shabbat, I had 60 people, 40 people, whatever it is. Like, I'm always hosting. I'm always doing something. And then it's like, you have the stay-at-home moms. Like, how do you do it? Like, bro, time management and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I do also want to tell you, Natalie, if there's one thing I do miss, it is my basement.
Told you.
I really miss, it's just different. Like, honestly, like, it's nice that, like, I have that basement out to myself, like, whatever. And for my own family, you know, like, we put my son's toys down there, whatever. But, like, it's not the same.
I told you.
It's really not the same.
I know. Trust me.
So don't listen to the haters.
Oh, I don't care. I put them all to sleep. They're in the back of my pocket. Anyway, guys, Sarah, I want to say thank you so much for coming here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. Our message basically here is to help one another, inspire one another. There's no
don't hate and motivate.
Exactly. Don't hate, motivate, and just try to be there for one another and be happy. You know, that's all. This is basically coming from both educators that are in the same field, that are doing the exact same thing. And
proud of each other.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm very proud of you.
And my kids love you. So that's a plus for me. If my kids like you, it's a big...
I was nervous, honestly.
Yeah?
When you were telling me about your son. Oh, he's like this in school. I'm like, what did I get myself into? Yo, I feel like he's like my husband from my past life. He was attached to my hip. He sees the garbage overflow. Can I take out the garbage? Can I do it? George, you should be very proud, by the way. If George is watching this, he should be very proud. His son was like a man.
Matthew?
Yeah. Can I do this? Can I take out your garbage? Can I do this? Do you need help? Can I help you with the food?
I know. He got say that.
I'm like, he should have been a worker.
That's not what we're all be about it sometimes. I'm like, God, you're calling me but the wrong kid. Like, stop calling me. Like, if he is probably getting influenced by a kid or he's just bored, give him something to do. I'm like,
they're just boys.
It's boys. And we should have another podcast actually to talk about kids that have behavioral issues and why they have it and where it's coming from. I know you were big about the whole gut detox and big on my oils. Maybe on our next episode, hopefully there'll be on part 2. We can talk about that. What do you?
Yeah, for sure. Listen, a lot of people don't know, but I actually...
Okay, don't say it now.
No, not about that.
Oh, okay.
But I have a lot of... I really specialize in child behavioral therapy. Like, I do have my own approach on how to deal with kids' behaviors. Obviously, we'll keep that for another day.
We will.
But that's a whole nother thing. Like, my approach and your approach, like, people think we're crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is what works.
Yeah.
And there's science to back it up. And just because it wasn't written in a textbook...
Look at me for a minute. Okay, it's not blinking. I thought your microphone stopped working.
And just because it doesn't say it in a textbook, it doesn't mean it's not accurate.
Exactly. So we're going to do part 2 for sure.
I can't wait.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much and hope you liked it. Bye.